Hello everyone, Neve here, and look what I just got. It's so brand new that I haven't even taken the wrapping off. This just came in the mail. So yeah, I backed the Gourmet Tarot on Kickstarter, and it only took a couple months, and here it is. So yeah, I'm really excited. So let's go ahead and open this up, and we'll see what the cards look like, and the quality and all that. Let's see. Woo! All right, there we go. Okay, so let's open this bad boy up. Oh, look at that. Pretty, so a quality card here. And also this says on here that it is by Gourmet. And I can't remember the name of, oh, it's Scribblist. Scribblist was the production company. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure what this says. Is it a signature or is it a number? I'm not sure. All right, so we got the guidebook here. Nice. Just a little blurb for each card, which is, you know, all I need. I really do not need like a big book. You know, I like to have just a little guidebook that has some quick information about, you know, the artist's ideas of why they chose to do what they did. And, you know, and some keywords. Like, honestly, that's all I want when it comes to a guidebook. Yeah, so all right. Let's see. The Fool represents new beginnings, innocence, and a sense of adventure in the Gourmet Tarot. The Fool is represented by a fresh, unbroken egg, symbolizing the potential for new experiences and opportunities. Yeah, I love that about this deck. When I was looking at the pictures, they weren't just pictures of food. I mean, and it's drawn in a very, like, anime style, like anime food style. Oh, look at the backs. Isn't that cute? And the sides are gilded. Hopefully it's not that rough gold gilding. I can't seem to get this thing off. Hold on. Let me grab the scissors real quick and just snip this, because I don't want to tear a card. There we go. All right. Let's see the quality. Ooh, nice quality. This is the extra card, the fortune cookie. Nice. It's matte. It feels kind of like there's a slight texture to it. I can't quite describe what the texture it is that I'm feeling. It's not quite linen, but there is a sort of texture to it. So that's nice. So yeah, the art style is very like anime food art, which of course is gorgeous. And I'm just going to flip through as I talk. Love these backs. It kind of makes me think of, what was it? The Pasta Tarot from a few years ago that I was considering getting, but this is definitely my food deck right now. Magician, that makes sense. But yeah, what I liked about the art for this is, one, it looked like anime food art, which is amazing. And two, it wasn't just food. It wasn't just drawings of food. It made sense for each card. Like here we have the Empress and that feeling of abundance, and I definitely see that here. The Emperor, like this is like the showcase of the main course of a fancy dinner for sure. The Hierophant, interesting. I kind of want to see, like, I feel like I'm going to pop into the book a few times here just to see what its description here is. So, yeah, lasagna for the Hierophant represents tradition, spirituality, and education. In the Gourmet Tarot, the Hierophant is depicted by a comforting and classic dish of lasagna, symbolizing the importance of tradition, structure, and the passing down of knowledge through layers of generations. Oh my God. See, I mean, this is amazing. You know, I just loved the depictions of the art. And look at this, for the lovers we have a pretzel, which, like, how perfect is that? And it's on top of like chocolate covered cherries and raspberries. I mean, perfect. The Chariot, that says ramen right there. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. It's like it's a food cart for the Chariot. Strength, oh, this is like a hearty stew. Yeah. All right, the Hermit. Wow. I like that. And here, Wheel of Fortune is like a conveyor belt of food, like a buffet. That's funny. And then food on some scales for justice. The Hanged Man is hanging meat and fish on on a rack. Death, look at that. So I read, like, I saw someone talk about this card and why this is death. I'm gonna go to it. Let's see. Scales. Death, rice. All right, so death represents endings, transformation, and an actual death. In the Gourmet Tarot, death is depicted by a bowl of rice. As in many Asian cultures, rice is offered to the deceased as a symbol of nourishment for their journey to the afterlife. So there's that, but I saw something else having to do with the chopsticks. Some other person's description of this, and I can't remember, but yeah, I saw something else that made sense for that too. Temperance, so that's perfect. The devil, look at this. See, I would have liked for the devil like a whole table full of sweets, you know, because of that temptation level, but I kind of want to see what it says here for the devil. So the devil, Korean barbecue. The devil represents temptation, bondage, and materialism. In the Gourmet Tarot, the devil is depicted by a sizzling Korean barbecue, symbolizing the temptation of indulgence and the bondage of material desires. I mean, I still, like, for this one, my choice would have been like a table full of like really unhealthy foods, like fruit, not fruits, but desserts and things like that. The tower, of course. That's funny. The star. Fascinating. I've got to look this one up. I'm sorry if I'm taking too much time with this, but okay, it's an acai bowl. Acai bowl. Acai bowl. I cannot speak today. All right, so the star represents hope, inspiration, and rejuvenation, of course. In the Gourmet Tarot, the star is depicted by a vibrant acai board. Can I not say this word? I've said it like a million times before, but for some reason I'm having a hard time saying it now. Acai bowl. I think I'm having a difficulty saying that next to bowl. Anyway, symbolizing nourishment, vitality, and the promise of a bright future after an unhealthy burger tower was collapsed. All right. So that's an interesting interpretation of the star. Love this for the moon. I mean, that's awesome. And then the sun, of course, sunny side up egg. Yeah, and it's a pretty happy meal. Who doesn't love a good full breakfast like this? My mom would hate the mushrooms, though. All right, judgment. Oh, I see. Okay. Yep. The world, just everything, you know, just everything here. That's the world. All right, so now we're into the pentacles. It's interesting that they put pentacles first. Normally that's the last. Let's see. Next, after pentacles, they have wands. And I just want to see what the order is here. Then cups, then swords. Okay. So, ace of pentacles. I'm going to go a little faster now. Two of pentacles. I like that. Three of pentacles. Oh, this is perfect. I like that. Four of pentacles. Oh, and I like that it's in a jar. So there's like that, that goodness and stability, you know, like, you know, the cookies are inside they're protected in the jar. And the Four of Pentacles is, you know, all about that, stability of home, you know. Yeah. Five of Pentacles. Ooh. Six of Pentacles. Oh, scales again. That makes sense. Seven of Pentacles. That's interesting. I'm definitely going to have to look into each of these cards. Eight of Pentacles. This is my favorite tarot card, the Eight of Pentacles. Are these like dumplings? So, okay, I'm going to have to look up the Eight of Pentacles because it's my, it's my card. Oh, momos. Okay. The Eight of Pentacles, of course, represents craftsmanship, skill development, and dedication to work. In the Gourmet Tarot, the Eight of Pentacles is depicted by steaming momos, symbolizing the attention to detail and dedication required to master a craft and the work in progress. So yeah, I actually quite like that. It's really good. Nine of Pentacles, nice. We just had, oh no, we had waffles recently for dinner. Ten of Pentacles. Oh, it's caviar. That makes sense. The Ten of Pentacles to me is kind of that family tree card. And of course, caviar is the eggs of fish. So yeah, that's interesting. Page of Pentacles. Interesting. Page of Pentacles. I'm going to have to see what, like, it's donuts, obviously. I do apologize that I keep going into the book. I'm just curious. You know, I'm curious about the depictions of each of these. The Page of Pentacles represents curiosity, studiousness, and a practical approach to learning, of course. The excitement of new discoveries and the practical application of knowledge. In the Gourmet Tarot, the Page of Pentacles is depicted by a plate of freshly baked donuts. So it doesn't quite explain why it's depicted as donuts. So that's interesting. Something I think about. Ooh, Knight of Pentacles. Getting some tacos from that food truck. I like that. Queen of Pentacles. Look at that bounty. And King of Pentacles. Talk about plenty. It's like a cheese board. There's and like a snack tray at like a party or something, because there's some caviar, the dip, olives. Yeah, I mean, this is so well done. Ace of Wands. So now we're in the wands. This makes sense. Chopsticks for the Two of Wands. Oh, I like this. That looks delicious. Three of Wands looks like some sort of sausages. That makes sense. Four of Wands. Five of Wands is like a fondue. So, but they're all like kind of fighting over, like, and this is like bubbling over a bit. And the five of Wands to me is not like, it's a like my personal keyword for the Five of Wands is competition, because it's not really conflict. There is a bit of conflict, but it's kind of like a friendly conflict. So that's why I think of the Five of Wands more having to do with competition than actual conflict. Six of Wands, interesting. And then this looks like a party too, celebration, and we've got the lamb chops or pork. Lamb or pork? I am not sure. I think, let me double check. So that is the Six of Wands. Grilled lamb ribs. Yeah, so I was right the first time. Lamb. All right. Represents victory, success, and public recognition. In the Gourmet Tarot, the Six of Wands is depicted by a platter of succulent grilled lamb ribs displayed on a celebration table, symbolizing triumph, acclaim, and the rewards of hard work. Yeah. Seven of Wands. Interesting. Eight of Wands. So, like, okay, like everything is coming at this bowl. Because there's all sorts of skewers, all sorts of kebabs here in this dish. It's almost like too much information, you know, because the Eight of Wands is about that information just like coming at you. And it's news, it's fast information. And so here we have, it's almost like too much information. It's like all been dumped in. Nine of Wands. Okay. Getting near the end, but it's still going, you know. 10 of Wands. Okay, that makes sense. It's a bag of baguettes, and I'm sure that could get kind of heavy. Page of Wands. I love that. It is candy canes. How fun. Page of Wands. Knight of Wands is like sizzling bacon, looks like. Yeah. Queen of Wands. I love this for the King of Wands. This makes so much sense. Oh, yeah. I love this for the King of Wands. All right, so Ace of Cups. So we're going to see a lot of cups now. And I love the background. It feels, this suit feels a little bit more, so far, a little more romantic, I guess. So Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, makes perfect sense. On a date. Three of Cups. I like that. That's so cute. Four of Cups. Well, this looks comforting. Yeah. All right, 5 of Cups. We got 3 bowls that have spilled over, but we still have 2 left. So not all is lost. So that's my interpretation of the 5 of Cups. Ooh, look at this. See, something like this would be a bit more of a devil card for me. But 6 of Cups, and I can see this working too, because it's the 6 of Cups is all about nostalgia and thinking of our childhood. And I mean, what conjures our childhood more than some delicious shakes at a diner? 7 of Cups. This is, this so far probably the most boring of the cards I've seen. Yeah, I would say this is the most boring of the cards. Yeah, okay, so, but I mean, I get it. There's all sorts of different types of these, martinis or something. So it's a bunch of different options. And sometimes I can feel like this. I get into a 7 of Cups mindset whenever I see a menu. It's so many options. It's really like overwhelming for me. So I understand where they're going with this card. But compared to all the other cards, I would say this is the most meh, so far at least. 8 of Cups. Oh. Interesting. Okay, 9 of Cups. All right, so here we see, it's almost like that 7 of Cups, but now we have all of them. Yeah, because that's kind of the 9 of Cups is like, you got what you asked for. You've got, it's the wish card to me. So you got your wish. And sometimes it's a really good thing. And sometimes, especially in this sort of situation, maybe it's a bit too much and it's overkill. 10 of Cups. This is for a family. So everyone gets a little bit of this punch. So that makes sense. A punch bowl makes sense for the 10 of Cups. Page of Cups. Oh, cute. I like that. Hot chocolate with marshmallows. Knight of Cups. All right. Yeah. I mean, like it makes sense, but like the Knight of Cups to me is a bit more romantic, so maybe I can read into this like going out to coffee on a date, a coffee date or something, but I don't know. I don't know. Queen of Cups is a bread bowl. That's funny. And then King of Cups is some like prawns. Those look delicious. All right, so now we're in the sword suit. That's funny. Olive for the ace. 2 of Swords. Nice. 3 of Swords. This is pretty traditional. I would say this is also a bit less interesting, but it makes sense. Yeah, it's pretty typical. 3 of Swords. 4 of Swords, so that rest. Interesting. Maybe it's a pre-packaged meal. Let me look that up. All right, so 4 of Swords. We're gonna look that one up. I just want to see what it says for that. So sandwiches. The 4 of Swords represents rest, relaxation, and recuperation. In the Gourmet Tarot, the 4 of Swords is depicted by 4 pieces of triangular sandwiches for an afternoon picnic, symbolizing the need to take a break, relax, and recharge. So it's like a picnic, taking a break, having a relaxing picnic. All right, I can see that. 5 of Swords. So 5 of Swords is one of the cards that I think of as like between the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is a lot more like conflict, like actual fighting. So I'm not sure that I really get this from this image here. Potentially people fighting over these. But in a more serious way versus what we saw with the 5 of Wands. 6 of Swords this is like some onigiri. So that's cool. 6 of Swords. So that has to do with like moving on. So I'm curious what it says in here. Onigiri. The 6 of Swords represents transition, moving on, and finding solutions. In the Gourmet Tarot, the 6 of Swords is depicted by 6 triangular onigiri arranged in a wave graphic bento box. Oh, I see. symbolizing the journey to calmer waters and the search for solutions. So yeah, I didn't notice that the box itself had the Japanese waves on it. Well, you know, not the famous artwork, but the motif. Yeah. Okay. And then 7 of Swords. Ooh, is someone like trying to sneak a sliced pizza? I'm not sure. I'll have to read the book later. 8 of Swords. Huh. The knife itself is trapped in cheese. Instead of, I see, instead of something being trapped in swords, it's the knife that's surrounded by the cheese. And it could easily come out. You just have to grab it and pull it out. And that is like the meaning of the 8 of Swords, is that that feeling of being trapped, but coming to the realization that you have more control than you think. All right. So 9 of Swords. Ooh, I love some chilies. 9 of Swords. But I guess it's saying that it can cause some pain the next day. I don't actually have that issue with spicy foods and stuff. I love spicy foods, and I eat a lot of spicy foods. But and sometimes I might have that issue, but usually I don't. And I eat a lot of spicy food. So, but I understand where they're going with that. 10 of Swords, a whole bunch of knives inside of a steak. Wow, that's one way to put it. But that steak's about to become a meal, so that's one interpretation there. Page of Swords. Interesting. I feel like all the pages had something to do with ice cream. Knight of Swords. Are these like burnt? And here's this horse again on the dish. Knight of Swords. All right, I'm gonna look that one up. Knight of Swords. Yatsuhashi. The Knight of Swords represents action, of course, determination and decisiveness. This card shows the knight's swift and decisive nature. In the Gourmet Tarot, the Knight of Swords is depicted by Yatsuhashi, a triangular-shaped Japanese sweet with a matcha cup behind. The horse graphic on the matcha cup represents the knight himself. So, interesting. Okay. All right. And then Queen of Swords. Ooh, I like that. Oh, man. Watermelon sounds so good right now. I've been outside most of the day painting something for a family member. And, man, some nice watermelon sounds delicious. All right. So, an icy cone here with the King of Swords. And finally, the extra card, the fortune cookie. Am I going to leave it in? I think I might. I normally don't. I left in the extra cards for the Grimalkin Tarot. So maybe I'll try it. I'll keep it in for a little bit. All right, so now that we've gone through all the cards, I just want to do a little bit of shuffling. See how this shuffles. It did seem quite flexible, and I like the texture on the cards. Woo! Well, that got away from me. The texture kind of flung the cards around. All right, hopefully everything is in the same direction here. I'm just fixing it. Hold on. I'm fixing it. All right, there we go. And then this goes this way. All right. Let's try that again. We'll do a little bit of overhand shuffle just to shuffle those cards in. All right, and I'm going to try one more bridge here and have a little more control of the cards. Ooh, I almost lost it, but I got it. So they are a little, like, slidey. So, yeah, they are a bit slidey. It's not quite linen. I don't know how to describe what the coating is on this. But there is a slight texture, but it's not quite linen. And I do feel like they will loosen up a little bit over time because they're a little stiff, but they are flexible. You know, so they are quite flexible. And I was able to bend them pretty well. But They're a little stiff right now, and I think it's because they're new. But all right, so let me grab a couple of decks, and we'll see a couple of Oracle decks, and we'll see some pairings. Okay, I grabbed 4 Oracles and a Lenormand just to test this out. All right, I love this card. This might be one of my favorite cards of this deck. It makes such sense for the King of Wands. All right, so the first one I pulled out is the Bushido Oracle. This is a Japanese deck, which I feel like the Japanese decks would kind of go with this because of the style of the artwork here. It is very kind of anime art, anime TV, or anime food is what I was trying to say. Kind of that sort of feeling. And there was several Japanese dishes represented in the deck, so I thought maybe I could give a couple of my Japanese decks a try. So I have this one and one other Japanese decks, and then I have 2 that aren't, and then of course the Lenormand there. All right, so and this is a deck that I don't often use. I've hardly used this deck. I would like to use it more. Sorry, I was just trying to shuffle that a little bit. I would like to use it more, but right now I'm focusing a bit more on one of my other Japanese decks, so which I don't think would pair well with this. Yeah, it just doesn't seem like it would. But this deck has a very like masculine vibe and very like almost warrior like, and I don't know, there's something like, especially with like this King of Wands, these Japanese warriors kind of makes sense to me. Ooh, look at that. Look how perfect that is. I'm actually really liking this combination. Of course, since I don't completely know the Japanese here, I'm still learning. You know, we're kind of just going by looks. Very cool. But I do like this. If I used this for some readings, how would I go about this? I'm not sure. How would I use this deck? I'm sitting here trying to think about it. Ooh, that's cool. I mean, I definitely love the way they're kind of like playing off of each other. Like we can see a lot of the reds in here, but like the swords are really matching here. I'm liking this a lot, actually. I'm just not quite sure how I would use this, but that's one of the things that I'm still trying to figure out about some of my Japanese decks is how exactly I'm planning on using these, you know? Ooh, that's cool. Oh, this is a fortune cookie, and it was upside down. All right, so we got the extra card here. That's interesting. You know, I didn't look to see what the fortune cookie meant. Let me see. Let me grab the book real quick. I think I covered it by the box. Here it is. So yeah, but it's the very last card. And there weren't any spreads in here. I didn't see. Yeah. All right. Shaved ice. All right. Where is the fortune cookie? Is it at the very beginning? Where is it? All right. Maybe it's at the end. Suit of Pentacles. I don't think they have anything in here describing what the fortune cookie represents. Huh. Yeah, it's not in here. Well, that's interesting. Guess we're kind of coming up with our own meaning for that. All right, so I'm going to pull one more here. Cool. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so I didn't want to bore you with another Japanese deck yet, like 2 in a row. There's one after this, but so I went with a different one. This is the Illustrated Herbiary, and I have the Bestiary, the Crystallary, and the Herbulary. And I thought maybe I could try using the Herbulary with this because of the whole food theme. I could see how that looks. I don't know if it's too matchy-matchy, but we'll see. Let me shuffle it real quick. All right. Okay. Dandelion between 6 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. Okay. I mean, and it means perseverance. Ooh. I like the colors of these together right here. I don't know, it's all kind of got a similar tone. And I love all these, the dark here. Like the browns, I think that's what I'm trying to say. So Strength and the Six of Pentacles with Sage, meaning clear the way. Huh. Ooh, that's a pretty card. I mean, I will say that the artwork in the illustrated collection is really, really nice. I love that. Starflower between the Two of Pentacles and the High Priestess. So Finding Grace. Like, so far, I'm liking the way they look together, but I'm not sure if I'm loving the messages. I'm not quite feeling the messages here. Maybe this is something I'll have to give more of a shot later on, but I love the colors together. They are looking nice. So Queen of Wands and the Page of Cups with the Lady's Mantle, Fortitude in the middle. Interesting. And then finally, let's do one more. Oh, this is cozy. Look at that. Ace of Wands and Page of Wands with Burdock. Tap your resources. Huh. All right, so let's try another one. Okay, so the next one is the Kamito Yokai Oracle, and this is another Japanese deck. And it basically is like Japanese figures from, it's spirits and gods from Japanese mythology. So we'll put that in between. So while the first Japanese deck that I just went through is more warriors from Japanese stories, these are the gods and spirits, the Kamito Yokai. So we have Chikayeshi no Okami, great god, Okami, between the Hanged Man and the Lovers. Interesting. Ooh, that's cool. I like this. Chariot and the Wands. I think I'm going to take off a bunch of these just so that the pile is a little more even here because we're getting near the bottom of these cards. I like that. So let's do the next one. Interesting. Huh. Of course, I'm going to be doing a full deep dive of this deck, the Kamito Yokai, in 2025. It's going to be my the main deck that I use for my Nihongo no Nikki, or my Japanese language diary. So, because there's 52 cards in here, so it's just perfect for, you know, one card a week. It's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Like, there were some cards that I liked, but I don't know. It's not really calling to me. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the final Oracle deck I grabbed is the Memento Mori. And this is actually a mix of a couple of the expansions. It's, well, I think it is the base pack, and then also the general expansion and the folk magic expansion is all what's in here. But the Lenormand cards are taken out. They are separated into its own thing. So I thought, mostly the coloring, I thought maybe would look cool with this. Let me take a little bit off. I did put in, I restocked the piles when I was putting some decks away here. All right, so that's a little better. It's still higher, but that's fine. All right, so how do I feel about this? I feel like it's still a little too imposing. I'm going to grab another pile off. All right, so this is interesting. The coloring is nice. So boot between Death and the Four of Pentacles. That, I can see that. The Four of Pentacles being like safe in its container. Yeah. I think when I was going through this deck initially, I was like confusing this with the Four of Wands. I think I was. Because once I saw this again, it was like, oh, this is like that greediness, that's the stinginess of the Four of Pentacles. And of course it's the Four of Pentacles. So I think in my head I was thinking it was the Four of Wands when I was going through it, and I was like, yeah, I guess I could see I can make it fit that, but I think it fits a lot more at the Four of Pentacles. All right, anyway. Okay, so runes in between Four of Wands and the Six of Wands. Interesting. Huh. Ooh. I mean, I am liking this. Like, I'm liking the way this is looking, and especially since, you know, these cards are so busy, and these cards are very, I wouldn't say minimalistic, but they're not as busy. But yeah, I do like the way these look, though. You know what it is? I think these cards look really great with the darker cards, like the darker meaning cards, like the Ten of Swords or Death or whatever. But I don't know how I feel about it with like these ones, like, well, especially this one, like the more bright sunny ones. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about that one. Ooh, see, that looks good. Yeah, I do like it. I think I will experiment with this in the future. We'll do one more here. Ooh, look at that. Pedestal with these sweets around it. Huh. I wonder if we're trying to be above these sweets. The Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. These two pages. Huh. Oh, that's something I would read into. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna pull out. I actually grabbed I grabbed another Lenormand deck. So, okay, had to zoom out a little bit for this. But so for the first deck of the Lenormand cards, I pulled out the Green Glyphs Lenormand because I feel like maybe I'm gonna try again. The Green Glyphs. Quite frankly, they almost only pair with each other, or the other decks by James R. Eads, because the Prismavisions and Cosmovisions also look really good with these decks. But I have the hardest time pairing these with almost any other deck. So I'm gonna pull out, like, just gonna lay out like a little box here and see how this looks next to some of these. I'm not really gonna change out the cards too much, because I've pulled out a bunch of cards. So let's kind of lay down a sample little reading here. And I know I'm not completely in frame here. Let's see. Maybe we'll just put down one card each, because it might be easier that way. And we'll just keep the pile over here, and here. We'll leave that there. That's fine. Whatever. So, I mean, it looks okay. Again, that's kind of how I feel about every time I try to pair decks with the with the Green Glyphs. It's like, it's okay. All right, I'm gonna try the other deck. That said, I gotta say, the coating on this is very similar to the coating on this. It's like, it's not linen, but there is a like slight texture to it. Anyway. Okay, so the other Lenormand deck I grabbed is my Zenseki Lenormand. So it's a Japanese Lenormand, and I made this bag and I embroidered Lenormand in Japanese on it, and it's got the famous Japanese wave. Yeah, so there we go. And you know, it's a Japanese deck, so maybe it'll look good with this, considering the theme. Let me take the extra card out. I'm just going to, again, just lay out a quick box, and I didn't even change these cards here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. I already like this more. 4, 5. Oh, this is actually excellent. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I mean, this is a clear winner. I think it's because it's Japanese, and the art style is pretty similar, I think. It's not too similar, because this is much more anime-esque, but it looks good. You know, these look like they go well together. I mean, it's perfect. All right. Okay, well, it didn't slide as nicely as I hoped there, but that is the Gourmet Tarot, and I really, really like it. My top pick, I think my favorite Oracle deck was the Bushido Oracle, and it was really just aesthetically I liked it. Because obviously I don't quite know the actual warriors that are being depicted here, so I don't know the message really, but they seem to speak to each other really, really well. There are a lot of connections that I seem to see with the card. So I really liked this one. And for the Lenormand, I think the clear winner was the Zenseki Lenormand. So I kind of picked, my two favorites were the two Japanese decks. So I know that's pretty typical for me, but, you know, I also, you know, I did like the Memento Mori with it. But like I said, I felt like some of the, like, it fit really, really well when the cards that it was paired with were darker cards. But they kind of clashed a bit in my mind when it was the more sunny, bright, colorful cards. And then with the illustrated herbiary, it was beautiful looking. It was probably the most aesthetic of the bunch here, but I don't know, the messages weren't connecting for me. So I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.